just here I have a dynamic model of just going to demonstrate the parabola. So using this dynamic model. So simply all I done from the start was to find these parabolas, or these conics, these different conics of the parabola, hyperbola or ellipse. You need two cones or a cone. So we're finding these conics from a cone. I just have a cone here set up in 3D, another cone in 3D up above it. I'm not going to need this cone here really, because my cut section isn't going through that. So if you imagine this line here is my cut section, I'm just going to go normal too. So I'm looking perpendicular to the drawing here now. This is my cut section on my cone. So there's a cutting plane just there, that's it, going through the cone. So when I cut, it's parallel to this edge of the cone here. So when I cut that section, when I cut through that cone, it's going to give me so it cuts the cone, it's going to give me a parabola. When I look here at the parabola right here, so that's what that's how we're demonstrating these conics. So it's a cutting section going through these cones. So I can redo that. Now I can see here this point here. So this is my cutting plane. This point here where it hits the cone, that's going to give me my vertex. My vertex is my point, or my point that is at where the cone or the parabola would start. So it's its widest point on the sketch. So I have my vertex up here in my parabola, and if I were to go down along my cutting section, it cuts here at the bottom of the cone as well. So that's giving me another vertex as such. So I just projected out a line perpendicular to this cutting plane. That gives me, let's rotate it again. So that gives me these bottom points of my parabola, just to keep it tidy. So I found my focal sphere here inside. So the focal sphere is touching is the largest circle to fit inside the cone at that point. So it's tangential to this side of the cone, it's tangential to this side of the cone, and it's tangential to the cutting section itself. So you can see here, when I move this model, I move this sketch, my focal sphere is getting bigger, but it's still touching every side of the cone. No matter how I go, it's touching every side of the cone. So you could see there as well that my cone, my parabola on the left side, it starts to move. So when I move it into this position here, it's going to be cutting out a larger parabola. When I move this focal sphere down into an area down here, see there's a narrower, or it's not as high, but it's a wider base. So I can just show that here. If I cut through here again, I have a cut now. Just show my sketch. So this parabola here that I have found is the exact same thing as this parabola in here. So what we see there is exactly the same as what we see here. And that's the key thing with these dynamic models, or these conic sections.